Hey everybody, it's your boy Josiah, and today I need to talk to you about something. This video's titled "We Need to Talk Sad Face," but it's kind of a happy face. So editor, put a happy face, like next to the sad face. So we're gonna get right into it. So the thing is, what I wanted to talk about you is the last time I did a video like this, it was like with Sharky. Remember Sharky? I got a lot of hate at my school, but I'm not in school now. So I wonder if I do it with my face. We're gonna see what we're gonna be like talking about the gospel and stuff. All right, all right. So let me tell you about it. All right, all right. So let's get right into it. Let's tell you about it. All right. So first, when God created the world, He created all these oceans and seas and clouds and grass and stuff. But um, he and animals, but the animals wouldn't follow God's rules. So then he had to make animals that would follow God. But yet today they don't even follow God. So all right, that's the first part of the story. All right. All right, we're not even to the part yet. We're just it's the intro. All right. So the second part is he created all this stuff, right? The animals and stuff, right? So he made two other creations. He made a human and then another human. All right, and I'm Adam. This is Eve. Okay. So Adam and Eve were new to the garden. They were in like Jesus's land, and there was a bunch. He like the first garden ever. It's called the Garden of Eden, right? So their names were Adam and Eve, right? And they have like billions of trees in this garden. Probably no, they had quintillion of trees in this garden, but the they alright. They God said there's one fruit that you can't eat. There's one tree you can't eat from. All right. So let's pretend that they're trying to get some food, right? And by the way, they don't even have regular clothing on. So yeah. All right. Let me stop. Okay. So where was I at? Oh yeah, that one tree. They couldn't eat from that one tree, but there was a snake in the garden. He came from the other side of the garden, where we'll just call the evil place. All right. So he came from the evil place into God's garden, the Garden of Eden, right? All right. So then, when he came in, he told Adam and Eve to eat from the fruit that they were the tree that they were not supposed to eat from. All right. But they said, Adam and Eve said no, okay, which is good, but we're still not done yet. They said no, but the snake said, if you eat this fruit, you will tend to be like God and have powers like God. All right. So imagine eating from this one fruit. All right. Pretend this is my apple. This is just my fan that I like to whatever. But this is actually all right. Pretend this is the fruit. This is my toothpaste that I use. All right. Pretend this is my fruit, right? I can't eat from this fruit. I have a million different options. But the snake from the evil garden came in to the Garden of Eden, and Adam and Eve. And then he said, if you eat this fruit, you will be like God. And then Adam and Eve said, oh, I want to be like God. I want to have superpowers like him. I want to have powers like him. So they ate the fruit. Out of the millions of billions of quintillions of hundreds of thousands of millions of trees, they ate from that one tree that God didn't want them to eat from. And that was a sin. All right, that's what started sin. That's why people do all this stuff. But if they didn't do it, we'll live in a much better world. Trust me. Like, I sin too. You probably have sinned in your life, but we have all sinned. All right. So then, after that, God came down because they know they were eating the fruit. They know they were with the snake. They know God knows everything. All right. So then he came and then he said, "Why did you eat the fruit?" Because the snake said, "All right, I'm Eve." Because the snake said, we're gonna have superpowers like God." And then God said, "No, only I can have superpowers because God, all right, because God is the only one that has the real powers to do anything, right? All right. So then so God sent them to the Garden of Evil. I know there weren't that many trees. It was trashed, literally. There was a side of good and a side of evil. All right, and then, they were placed in evil, right? And they didn't have, and then the sneaky snake said, "Oh, yes, they're finally in my garden." All right, I'm sorry about that rear part. So, anyways, after that, God was sad about that they sinned and they were in the garden of evil, and then he tended to forgive them. So I'm gonna actually show you in the book of life what this is gonna be like. So let me just get to the page real quick. So second page. All right. No, wait, it's this one. All right, Adam and Eve right here. All right, I'm gonna read the scripture. All right. When Earth brought forth animals, God decided to do something special, something only He could do. So only God can do. He created the earth. Like, He can only do that stuff. All right. So I'm gonna read more. All right. Wait. God. God took the soil and the ground and shaped it gently and beautiful creatures. Then He breathed into the human for the first time. All right, so basically, He made me. He made you. If you're human, He made you. I think all of us are humans here, but He made you, right? So, all right. So we're gonna get back to the part that I was talking about. So God was kind of mad that they were in the Garden of Evil because the sneaky snake that was all right. So the devil was in the sneaky snake, and the devil worked through the snake to tell Adam and Eve. So then Adam and Eve invited them back into the Garden of Eden. And that shows us that today God forgives. That literally shows us that in the Bible. Go into the I'm not reading the actual Bible. I'm reading the Bible stories, but still read the Bible, man. Read the Bible. Yeah, but that's it for this video. And remember, goodbye.